Hi guys, how are you? Just let everybody jump on. Say hi to everybody. All right. Hope you all are having a great day. All right. Hey Danielle. Hey Graciela. Hey Marie. Hey Michelle. Hey Angela. Purple Dreams. Hi, how are you? Hey Pauline. Hey Kelly. Doreen. Diana. Julie. Beverly. Beth. Diana. Kim. Wow, we got everybody in here. Awesome. Excuse me if I still sound sick. I'm super still congested, so I apologize about that in advance. How's everybody's day going? Hey, Beth. Hey, Leslie. Oh, hey, Candy. Welcome. It's Candy's first time here. Welcome, welcome. Hi from Australia. Hey, Helen. Awesome. Debbie, Alicia, Kelly, Monique. Hey, girl. Hi, Kim from Kentucky. Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here today. I appreciate it. Hope you're all having a great Sunday. It is pretty gloomy and dreary outside right now. It is raining. And let me turn my phone off there. And I just want to pull something up while we're waiting for everybody to get on. All right. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, sorry about that. Looks like we are having a little bit of an issue with internet, but we are all back. So I hope you all are having a fantastic day. We are going to jump in with you guys. So give it a second. Gonna make sure everybody's back. Okay. All right. Everybody's like, okay, back. Awesome. All right. So, hey, from Colorado, Christy, how are you? So we are going to jump into a topic that I get asked a lot about. And I always like to start out these type of videos with letting you all know that this is definitely my opinion about it, my very, very well researched opinion, and always welcome to feedback. But I get asked a ton about the difference between drugstore, Sephora skincare, clinical strength skincare like The Ordinary or like Garden of Wisdom, some of those kind of brands that have been coming out recently. And I really want to kind of break this down because also if you guys are a part of my Facebook group, this is a topic that is discussed quite a bit. And I will honestly give you my opinion is a short breakdown of it to start out with, and I'll explain why, is that you should be able to have a little bit of both. So let's talk about the difference between drugstore and Sephora, and we'll work our way up. Hey from Mississippi. Hey from Carolina. Hey, Carolina. All right. So the difference between drugstore, and now I have to speak in general terms as well, because there are exceptions to the rule when it's dependent upon different countries, because especially in the UK, they actually have a little bit better ingredients than are in the United States drugstores. Our drugstores, for the most part, have a tendency to be not as quote unquote clean as some of the EU. I believe they call them boots. Anybody overseas, let me know, and if I got that correct. But their drugstore products have a tendency to be a little bit cleaner than ours, even in Australia as well. So you need to make sure that you really check ingredients. So for the most part, for the general talking sense of this is this. Drugstore products are made to be used by everybody. And so when products are formulated to be used by everybody, they can't be super, super active because they would get a bunch of claims and returns and etc. if they had all of these clinical strength products and ingredients and formulations. So those products in the drugstore, for the most part, are meant for the masses. So everybody could walk in there and use them in general. Everybody that has maybe like, typical like normal skin, dry skin, oily skin, combination skin. So that is the difference. Oh, good. Oh, yes, they're called Boots and Super Drugs. Thank you, Helen. And so I want to make sure that that is really clear, that those products are formulated for everyone. So in my opinion, you aren't going to get the bang that you would get from even Sephora products or, Ulta, things like that, or medical grade, okay? So, and usually, again, generally speaking, the products in drugstores are formulated with a lot more fillers, and a lot more things like fragrance, because that is built in there to have you enjoy the experience, and more about results that are on the top of the skin, so that maybe they'll give you like an immediate plumping effect or an immediate hydration, but they won't be lasting long term, and they won't be helping you rebuild whatever you're trying to rebuild or support whatever you're trying to support, for the most part, guys. So that is why I generally say, feel free to get your cleansers and moisturizers from the drugstore, because I am not a big proponent of spending a ton of money on cleansers and moisturizers in general. Because cleansers stay on your skin for like 5 seconds, and then your moisturizers, you can get a very clean moisturizer at the drugstore that we all have talked about before. You just got to be careful of formulations in drugstores, so really make sure you're checking out for things like alcohols, and don't just trust the labels in drugstores. Actually, anywhere, don't trust the labels. Turn it over, make sure that that ingredient is not in there. So that, you'll see a lot more of parabens, alcohols, tons of fragrance, and a lot of host of other ingredients that we have talked about not wanting in our skincare or trying to thin out. So I hope that that makes sense on that. And they also, in the drugstore, want the products to be affordable. It is not always possible to get an effective skincare ingredient at a very affordable price, unless you break it down like something like The Ordinary, okay? So that's why The Ordinary, in my opinion, is really subsection and broken down into a general ingredient like niacinamide and zinc, vitamin C suspension, hydrating moisturizing factor. So you're not going to get a ton of different ingredients in one product, because honestly, it's very expensive to formulate quality skincare. It is very expensive. Thanks, Patty. I appreciate that. So I really want you to really consider looking at ingredients. Also look at where they fall in the ingredient list at the drugstore. So for example, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but either Revlon or L'Oreal came out with a new hyaluronic acid booster. And when you look at the ingredients, they're super not clean. I mean, that's bad English. They're not clean. Not some really toxic ingredients in there. But hyaluronic acid is actually low on the list, so you're not really getting hyaluronic acid. So that's something to consider. Now, are they all bad? No. But if you are really looking for skincare to do something, if you're really looking for skincare to actually work, you are going to need to really know your ingredients, be okay with a multi-step routine, like something like The Ordinary or Garden of Wisdom, or you're going to have to talk to me or, talk to us about that medical grade or something of that nature. So I hope that that makes sense. I don't want to put anybody off. I'm not saying drugstore is bad. I know not everybody can afford higher end price point serums and things of that nature. You can also find great toners at the drugstore, great hydrating toners, great acne toners. You actually can find great acne products at the drugstore as well as Sephora. But when it comes to aging, growth factors, vitamin C, honestly, retinols, really quality of formulated AHAs and BHAs, you are going to need to step it up a bit. All right. So I hope that that makes sense. A lot of people ask me about CeraVe, and it is just my opinion. I know there's a lot of dermatologists that suggest using CeraVe, and that is up to you. Their cleansers are great. I mean, why not use their cleansers and then it washes off and you're good to go? But as far as I know, CeraVe is formulated with parabens, and there is an ongoing controversy, which we talked about in a video a couple of weeks ago, that there needs to be more research on parabens, but the research that has been done so far is not sounding amazing. So why not try our best to streamline that out of our ingredient list, okay? So let's talk about Sephora. Sephora is one of those places, and they make it this way. Same with Ulta, same with, any kind of higher end skincare makeup store. It's fun to be in there. It's beautiful. It smells good. It's inspiring. There's music going on, beautiful pictures everywhere. So Sephora, I will say, is one of my favorite places. I really love Sephora. But Sephora and Nordstrom, for example, too, or Barney's or Neiman's, they sell a bunch of skincare. Very expensive skincare like La Mer, Dior, Chanel. I mean, all of those big brands have skincare. I really urge you to look into those ingredients. That's why you'll never see me ever say go out and buy La Mer, Chanel, Dior skincare, because in my opinion, it is very, very much filled with really bad ingredients. I mean, alcohols, fragrance, the actives are very low on the list. Those and products are all about luxury. They're all about the feeling, the scent, the experience. So that's why I never encourage somebody to spend $400 on a cream, an eye cream, a serum. I mean, that's just getting ridiculous, okay? One thing I didn't mention is that in the drugstore, La Roche-Posay is a very well-known brand in the United States, Canada, overseas, and that is a great brand. But again, check those ingredients. They do have several great SPFs, so that is something that you might want to look into, okay? Now, getting back to Sephora, Nordstrom, Barney's, things of that nature. You absolutely can, again, buy your cleansers and moisturizers and toners there. They have great price points on some stuff, like they have The Ordinary now, again. They also have First Aid Beauty. They have some great brands, but they also have things like Drunk Elephant, now Tatcha, Dr. Perricone, Amore Pacific, Youth to the People, Murad, Dr. Dennis Gross, okay? So those are higher end price point products. My question I get a lot is, would I consider Drunk Elephant, Dr. Perricone, Murad, Dr. Dennis Gross clinical strength products? And the easy answer to that is no, but they are very well formulated, okay? Do I think the price point of most of their products is inflated? I do. I'll be very honest. I think formulation and what they're trying to do in the industry is good, especially Drunk Elephant, Youth to the People, Biossance, but I did not consider those products clinical strength. But they are prior price points. So you really need to get into the nitty gritty of ingredients. So although I do love many products from those brands, I don't consider them clinical strength. So that's why you'll see me suggest, like from Dr. Dennis Gross, I love his peel pads. I love his peptide milk. I love his ferulic and retinol eye serum. Drunk Elephant, I love their sunscreen, their Framboise Night Glycolic, their vitamin C. Biossance and Youth to the People are something different. Again, they're all about hydration and clean beauty. So you can really reach to those kind of brands when you're dealing with hydration. Like Algenus's collagen serum is bananas in the price point, but it's good. But again, it's all about hydration. It's all about building that moisture barrier back up, supporting the collagen production. What else? Tatcha's Essence, for me, super high price point, but it works for me. I buy it all day long, every day. But we have talked about essences that are equally as good, maybe not as refined, like from CosRx. So I hope that this is making sense, okay? There are certain products from the brands that I love that are absolutely worth it. Dr. Nurse is formulated by a dermatologist, okay? So is Dr. Perricone. But Dr. Nurse has a tendency to be a lot cleaner and more effective, so verging on clinical strength. His alpha hydroxy acid peel pads are some of the best out on the market, honestly. Yeah, so I hope that that is making sense. So do I consider really anything in Sephora clinical strength? No, I don't. Do I think Sephora has inflated prices because of the natural structure of who they are and how it, how it is to sell in a retail environment like that? Absolutely. Do I think they're awful products? Absolutely not. I love many of that brand. So I really want to let you know that. And most of the brands in Sephora, as well as Nordstrom's, Barney's, all of those things, Drugstore, they don't have as much clinical research that has actually been done by the brand or by outside companies to support the claims they make. Okay. Now, Dr. Nurse does have claims that have been supported by third-party research as well as internal clinical studies. Some of Muradz's products do as well. Drunk Elephant has done some clinical studies as well. I'm not quite sure about third party. Third party is very important in studies. So I hope that this is making sense. That if you're going to spend money on like Drunk Elephant, Murad, Dr. Perricone, things of that nature, I would go clinical strength because they're very similar in price point. Okay. Let's get to clinical strength. Now, when we talk about clinical strength, there's actually a lot of variations, all right? There are things that dermatologists only sell. There's like Dermalogica, Lemieux, Obagi, Osmosis, SkinCeuticals. So there's a lot of brands in there. I mean, to be honest with you, if you guys don't watch Brianna Stanko, she and I, just so you guys know, we are, we're friends off of YouTube, and her whole website, Premier Look, is all clinical strength brands. Okay. So things that doctors use. We're actually trying to get Lemieux into her right now. So the difference between these products that I've just spoken about and the mass market brands, that includes Sephora, Ulta, Barney's, Nordstrom's, Drugstore, all of that, is that they have much more clinical research and potency of ingredients. There's also somebody that, yes, Ren is amazing, Karen, but again, it's all about like hydration, gentle exfoliation. So if you're looking for that, you can absolutely go to those Sephora brands for sure. I want to introduce you to somebody. She is actually a dermatologist that is now becoming a fast friend of mine. She has a YouTube channel. She is a cosmetologist. She is a dermatologist, but she specializes in lasers, Botox, injectables, acne, things of that nature. And her name is Dr. Sarah Tonks, and I'll put her channel in the description box. She is epic, and she's in the UK. And she is very, very knowledgeable. And I asked her about this topic because I wanted to give you guys from an actual dermatologist perspective. I asked her, what is the difference? And she said, okay. So in general, she says, for example, the percentage of active ingredients will be higher in the cosmeceuticals, which usually means that some guidance is necessary before purchasing. Also, I find purity of cosmeceuticals greater, meaning they don't try to mix a moisturizer with an SPF, for example. Each product tends to do exactly what it does. So that's why you'll see a lot of cosmeceutical products that are like Lemieux, for example. They have many different serums, but they usually are like vitamin C, and they're potent, and they're jam-packed full of, multiple vitamin C derivatives, or their growth factor serums. They are doing exactly what they're supposed to. So very similar to like The Ordinary, but in much higher doses. She also goes on to say that when she comes to the US, and, she goes to Sephora, and she also backs up my kind of recommendation, which she says that she would absolutely buy like sheet masks and cleansers at Sephora. But she says, there's no way, however, that I would buy something that really mattered, quote unquote, from Sephora, such as her vitamin C, her retinol, her growth factors, things of that nature. So that is from a dermatologist perspective. Now, you really still need to check out ingredients when we're talking about clinical strength products, okay? Check out where those alcohols are. Reach out to those companies and ask why that alcohol is in there. Some of the SkinCeutical products have an alcohol in there that's a drying alcohol, not a good hydrating alcohol. And when I reached out, I talked to them about it, and they said basically it was less than 0.5%, and it was not skin harming. That's the same thing, for example, some of Osmosis's products. So, you know, it's still, in my opinion, you need to check the ingredients, okay? So I prefer clinical strength products when you're dealing with the heavy hitters, anti-aging, vitamin C, retinol, growth factors, things of that nature. To kind of, for some reason, I'm having a bad connection. Sorry, guys. So to round this out, I just want to also state that tretinoin, so Retin-A is the brand name, is one of the only products that has been extensively researched. Same with alzaic acid. So these are all prescription strength. Now, it's going to be a philosophy difference, and we're going to talk about this later on this month. I have a really exciting skincare month for you all. It's pretty epic. That's coming up the second or third week of February. But you got to check those ingredients and do your research. Do I consider Maylove, Skin Diva, things like that, clinical medical strength? They are not, okay? They are great products, well formulated, but they are not medical grade. So medical grade is going to give you much better results. And I hate to say that because they are so they are pricey. I don't want to say they're overpriced because they come with a lot of research, you guys. They do. And people can fight me all day long about that this ingredient doesn't have as much research and X, Y, and Z, but they do a lot of third-party testing and internal clinical testing. They have a lot more active ingredients that are going to, a higher percentage of the active ingredients are going to reach the lower levels of the skin rather than your over-the-counter products, okay? So I really hope that makes sense. A new brand I'm trying out that I'm very, very excited about is the Truth Treatments product line. And I can't wait to tell you how I'm enjoying those products as we speak. So that is definitely a clinical strength brand, a cosmeceutical strength brand. That brand has no water in it. And so what I say is, in my opinion, pick and choose. Use a little bit of what, we don't need to spend a lot of money on, and spend your money strategically, all right? Also, cosmeceutical products should last you longer if you're using them appropriately, which we also have a video on as well. If you're using them properly, they should last you a lot longer than any of the other product brands that we've talked about. They are more concentrated and you need a lot less, all right? I know that was a mouthful. So let me go to the comments and see who has some questions. Mary says, could you put up a list of medical grade brands? I absolutely will try to, in the description box after we're done here, to put in some of the top ones that I know of. It's not going to be an exhaustive list because there are so many. Oh, thank you, Meredith. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. But to round this out is, if you really care about your skin, you need to wear sunscreen. I can't, even my girlfriends, they'll ask me, oh, what is your favorite serum for this? Or should I get a laser treatment for this? Or X, Y, and Z. And I will say to them, well, do you wear sunscreen? And they'll say no. And I'll say, well, first of all, make sure you wear sunscreen. So I'm not going to talk to you about anything else until you wear sunscreen. So funny. So Pam says, where does the Colleen Rothschild fall in these categories? Pam, that's a mass market. They can make the claims all they want, but that is not a clinical strength brand. So that's all, you know, the products that really work for many people are the hydration products. Candy says, how about clinical brands you recommend the most? Yes, I will put that list in the description box after this video is. The brands that I recommend the most are Lemieux. I'm sorry. I'm really, really loving Truth. I'm loving some of the Osmosis skincare. And for me, those are my go-to clinical strength brands right now. A lot of people swear by Obagi, but please check your ingredients with that brand, guys. Really check your ingredients. All right. My favorite sunscreen at the moment is either the May Love sunscreen because it's physical, or which is a great price point, or the Elta MD is fantastic. Paula's Choice. Okay, so this is a great brand to talk about. Paula's Choice, in my opinion, falls in the Dr. Paragon, Dr. Dennis Gross, Murad line or section. So some of the products can absolutely be very effective, but they are not clinical strength. Again, remember, they are made for the masses. Most of the products that you buy, say from like Lemieux or Truth or Osmosis, usually before you buy it, you will be usually talking to some sort of brand rep, or you can send in questions or talk to somebody like me or somebody else that really knows about the brand, because those brands take a little bit of instruction. But like when you deal with somebody like Curology, Curology is a medical grade brand because you are overseen by a dermatologist. So yeah, so it's prescription strength stuff. Oh, I'm so glad, Angela, that you love your TGF booster. Perfect. Curology didn't give me Retin-A. They prescribed another mix of ingredients that didn't help me. Vegetism. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you so much, Ali. Thank you, you guys. I really appreciate the contributions to my channel. It really means a lot. It goes right back into my channel to support all of the good stuff that we're working on. Which products from SkinCeuticals do you recommend? I am going to really get it from this, Patty. I want to love that brand, you guys. I want to love that brand. I love their HAA intensifier. I love their growth factor serums are so good, but they have some alcohols in there and they make me nervous. So I don't recommend them a lot. I'm just going to be honest. I have been moving towards brands that have smaller ingredient lists. Okay, so I'm sorry. I wish I could be of better help there. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Is there a medical grade brand that is also green or greenish? Michelle asks. Yes, Osmosis, Truth, and Lemieux are all green. What about Drunk Elephant? So Cynthia, Drunk Elephant, in my opinion, has effective products. I just worry sometimes about the formulation and stability of their products, but they are effective. They are not clinical strength. Okay, but they are effective like that. And Framboise Night Glycolic Serum is very good, but it's not tolerated well by a lot of people. Same with like the Pharmacy, Sunday Riley. Those are all not clinical strength brands, but they do have effective products. Thanks, you guys. You guys are, wow. Thank you so much, Candy. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Rebecca says, what about Timeless Skincare? Timeless Skincare, I don't love their products. Again, look into those ingredients. The only thing I think I love from Timeless was the squalene oil. Patty says, thank you. I was about to order from them and I'm holding off. Okay. So Debbie says the dermatologist suggested an HA intensifier, but I didn't like the alcohol. I agree. I feel the same way. So that's just our opinion. And that's just something that's going to be a personal choice for us. Wow. Thank you, Wendy. Oh my goodness. Peggy. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are going to make me emotional. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Such a sap. Thank you. All right, cool. Let's get back to the ingredient, the little discussion here. I'm so sorry. I'm like totally blown away. Thank you. So Pam and Julie have asked about Garden of Wisdom. Garden of Wisdom is a very clean, one of my growing favorite websites. Very clean beauty. But I go to their products for hydration. I go to their products for, they have one of my favorite glacier water serums or essences, that's a perfect that is a perfect replacement for hyaluronic acid. They have a great rosacea serum that is in my last rosacea video. So for me, that product line is great for moisturizers, cleansers, toners, those type of things. I think they're fantastic. I don't consider them clinical strength though. Like we just said, April, Paula's Choice is veering on the side of, I would say, mass market, not necessarily medical grade, but they do have products that are very effective, very effective. Okay, can I put the Tatcha, so Penelope asks, can I put the Tatcha Essence and the TGF Booster, hold on a second. Okay, so Penelope's asking, can I use the Tatcha Essence, the TGF Booster from Lemieux, and then put on the EUK 134 from The Ordinary on after? Absolutely. Totally fine. Give that TGF Booster just a moment to dry before you do that, Penelope. Thanks, guys. Wow, Robbie, thank you. Oh, Karen, thank you. Y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't know I would get emotional today. Thank you so much. You all mean so much to me. I appreciate it. All right. So Heidi says, Rodent and Fields, it's not medical grade, guys. No, that is not. Nor is Arbonne. Sorry, excuse me. I couldn't find the Garden of Wisdom's glacier water. Christy, look at my video where I said affordable skincare dupes or my holy grail affordable skincare dupes, and it's in the description box. Should I cover my hair when using night skincare? Transfer from Pella. My hair is wrecked now. You can absolutely pull your hair up, but I recommend the silk pillow that we talked about a little bit into December. That's what I recommend. Biossance is not medical grade, but they don't focus on aggressive treatments. They focus on hydration. So that doesn't mean they're bad though. Any company that is a quality company like Biossance that focuses on hydration, proper barrier function, 100% all the way, I would buy that line all day long. I absolutely love it. Best hyaluronic acid product. The one that I have found that I like the most is going to be from Ren. But yeah, I would say that's the one I like the best from Ren. Thank you guys for your sweet comments. Oh my goodness, thank you. I appreciate all of this. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. So what brand lists the glacier water? It's Garden of Wisdom. Garden of Wisdom. Okay. Is there anything commercially available that really minimizes forehead lines? This is a great question. Honestly, love, not really. But the Dr. Nisgross peel pads can help. A light therapy can plump. Hyaluronic acid can plump as well. But if you have deep forehead lines, unfortunately, it's either going to be laser, Botox, or fillers. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it. Robbie says, the Biossance squalene and vitamin C oil. When should I apply this after my serums? Right before your moisturizer, love. Right before your moisturizer. Elle, I did watch that video. That's why I wanted to buy it. Garden of Wisdom website is also difficult to navigate. Can you tell me the area? Yeah. Hey, Christy, DM me on Instagram, and I'll send you the link. Send me the link. I'll send you the link. Oh, Karen, you're so sweet. Write a book. You're so sweet. Rhonda B says, my skincare box has Valentine's 10% off. Yay. Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate it. Would you recommend an anti-aging eye cream? I have so many that I use. The Paula's Choice eye cream is epic and amazing. The eye creams from Dr. Dennis Gross, Lemieux's eye creams are amazing. The TGF, oh my gosh, Marie, what is the one that everybody's talking about in the group right now? Sharon turned me on to it. I have not gotten it yet, but it has great results. You guys look in the description box or in the chat. Hopefully if Marie has a second, she'll put in the brand that people are getting really great results for. Okay. Excuse me. Any suggestions for hyperpigmentation? Yes. I'm going to be doing a video not next week, but the following, all about hyperpigmentation. Beauty by Design. Let's talk about this. Graciela, thank you so much for asking. Oh, thank you, Robin. Wow, thank you so much, Robin. Beauty by Design. There's a couple companies coming out, which is Beauty by Design. If you guys don't know, they are a on-demand service that will give you quality skincare products that are specifically for your skin. The formulators for Beauty by Design are fantastic, okay? They are clinical strength products. Beauty by Designs are cosmeceutical clinical strength products, okay? So I want to make that clear. Thank you for asking, Graciela. I appreciate it. Because you are being overseen by an esthetician, a master skin expert, and some other dermatologists on the staff. Thank you, Erin. I appreciate it. All right. DEG. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you. Yes, DEJ is the eye cream that people are like going crazy for. And I think it's also another one is by Revisions too. Yes, that's it. By Revisions. Perfect. Yes, it will be posted. No problem, Flower. No problem. Yes, my current vitamin C's for sensitive skin will be Lemieux and will be the oil from Biossance. And the truth is kind of epic, you guys. Kind of epic. All right. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate it. Is Colleen Rothschild okay to use? Sure, absolutely. Just check the ingredients on that brand, guys. Check the ingredients. Tips for good sunscreen for oily skin. Oh, girl. So Korres, Korres, has a fantastic sunscreen for oily skin, but also Paula's Choice physical sunscreen. Stephanie Marie, who is my friend on YouTube, she's oily and she loves that sunscreen from Paula's Choice, and it's physical. The Facebook group, you can find me from my Facebook page, which is Elle Leary Artistry. And it's called the Elle Squad, or Beauty Over 30. Do you recommend? Okay. Ooh, it's going so fast today, guys. Okay, would love to see a video on acne, non-active scarring and treatment, chemical peels, or recommendations for facial therapies. Okay, awesome. I will absolutely do that for you. You guys, make sure you're really following along in February, because I'll give you a little hint. I am starting a series. I'm actually kind of excited and nervous to kind of tell you. Again, it's either going to be the second week of February or the third. It is called Ask the Doctor. All right. And I am working with some amazing dermatologists, formulators, and skin experts to give you some really great information. All right. Thank you, Kylie. What can I do for texture and bumps? I always recommend the Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads. They are my holy grail. I love them. Australian Gold. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate you putting that in there. So people are saying that Australian Gold is a great SPF with no alcohol, no fragrance, no chemicals for oily skin. I have to get that next, Jane. Thanks for letting me know that. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. You are so welcome, Heidi. Pam says, how do you recommend finding an injectable dermatologist? Oh, such a great question. Pam, it's going to be either recommendations from people that you have seen their work on and really making sure that they are conservative. And that's really what they mainly do, okay? When you're going to somebody for injectables, that's really what they need to be mainly known for. They don't need to be doing like regular facials and peels. Like, they need to be somebody that is versed in injectables, fillers, Botox, lasers. Okay, so you're going to have to go talk to a few probably, get quick consultations, see what your gut says, go with reviews. And then the first time you go in there, ask them to start really slow and see how you like the effects. That's a really great question. Kendra says, affordable epidermal growth factor serums. I am so sorry to say, guys, I have not found one that is effective. Osmosis is fantastic. Lemieux is my holy grail. One bottle lasts me 5 to 6 months. Sorry, I wish I could say that there were affordable options for this type of product. All right. Yes, Kim says, thoughts on lotion P50. I think it's for oily skin can be great. I think it is extremely harsh for anybody else. That is just my 2 cents. It's very active. I would just be careful. If you do use it, please use it sparingly, maybe once a week. I would say once every 2 weeks. You guys want to be very careful of these over-exfoliation toners and products that have high levels of acids in them, because you're really destroying your barrier function and causing more harm than good. Thank you, Letty. I appreciate it. I love Curology. I think they're great. Okay, perfect. Anything for under eye bags? You know what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to work with Sarah on a whole video about this, because I get asked a lot about it. I always recommend jade rolling. You got to get rid of that fluid. Its lymphatic drainage is going to be really important, as well as caffeine. So let me work on that for you guys. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Okay, AT76. Should I continue with tretinoid 0.05 3 times a week if my skin is red, stinging, and flaking when I apply my moisturizer or serums? It's for 5 months now. Oh, honey. Yeah, no, back off of that. You need to try something different. It's obviously not working for you. I would actually honestly look into either diluting that, using that less often, going down in percentage, or trying the Osmosis vitamin A derivative. All right. So my dermatologist recommend Dysport. Should I decide to go that route? I'm chicken. Is it the same as Botox but cheaper? It is not the same as Botox. It is less effective, but a lot of people have had great results from it. I don't do it because it doesn't last as long for most people. But people do it because it is less expensive. Okay. Somebody's asking, I use 10% glycolic acid. Will this percentage destroy my skin barrier? No, it won't innately destroy your skin barrier, but I know a lot of people overuse acids like this. So they'll put like that kind of acid toner on, and then they'll put an AHA, BHA serum on it, and then they'll put their vitamin C, and it's like every couple of nights, and you got to be really careful about that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. They need to be done. Yeah. Wendy says, are Tatcha's products safe if you have rosacea? Wendy, did you see my rosacea video that just went up? If you guys have questions about rosacea, please go watch that video. As far as the Tatcha products, anything that has fragrance in it is not going to be great for you, whether it's synthetic or natural occurring fragrance in it. So just go watch that video, and it'll kind of break that down for you. All right. I do have a code that Brianna just gave me for Premier Look. I think it's L15 for Premier Look. If you guys want to, it's an affiliate, you guys, just so you know, being very transparent. I get like just a couple of dollars every time there's a sale on there. But if you want to save a few bucks to look into some of the more medical grade products. All right. So also too, if you go on to my Facebook group, start a thread that asks about injectables, laser technicians in that group, and everybody will give you their opinion on who is great in your area. That's a great resource, y'all. Great resource. Okay. I'm going to answer the last couple questions here. Karen says, when jade rolling, think of an imaginary tree on your face and roll. That's a great way to put it, Karen. I actually have a whole video on jade rolling. If you guys ever wonder on my channel, you go into and you put in the search bar of YouTube. So for example, jade roller, Elle Leary, and my videos will pop up, or rosacea, Elle Leary, and that will pop up for you guys. What do you think about, Daniela says, what do you think about Elizabeth Arden Visible Difference Refining Moisturizer Cream? I don't love Elizabeth Arden stuff. I actually love her ceramide capsules. I used to use them all the time. That's probably the only thing I would recommend from her line. That's full of a fragrance, synthetic fragrance. I love Dermalogica. Dermalogica is, for the most part, They've come out with some more mainstream stuff lately, but for the most part, it is a clinical strength product line. Brianna is awesome, Pam. All right. Any suggestions? Patricia, I have a whole video about flaking and how to use Retin-A and how to help limit that. So take a quick peek. So just put in the description or the search bar Retin-A or retinol Elle Leary and it'll pop up for you. Sorry. All right. Oh, okay. So Terry says review on the Algenist Sleep Collagen Cream. Okay, so I want to kind of end here. I've actually been using it a couple times a week. I love it. I think it's great. The ingredients aren't the cleanest, but I think that it really makes my skin feel amazing in the morning. Oh my gosh, you guys. My skin, and it just stays hydrated for hours after I'm up before I wash my face. It's pretty good. I really enjoy it. What do you use on your skin on Sunday or your skin the rest of the day? Joe Nash, I'm not quite sure the question, but I do have my whole 7-day routine up, but it's going to change here in a second. So Patty's asking affordable clinical strength vitamin C serums. They're really, if you can't, unfortunately, there's no like clinical strength affordable in like the same section. But May Love is going to be the closest that you'll get to it, as well as Drunk Elephant. They're not clinical strength, but they're going to be as close as you possibly can. CJ Horef, have you tried snail mucus? Yes. If you've watched a couple of my videos, my affordable skincare videos, as well as I think I talked about it in my what's new on the market, my skincare video, I use a snail mucus essence and I love it. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. So sorry we ran long. It's almost been 1 hour. I've just loved talking to you all. I just really want to say thank you so much for being amazing. And this squad is so supportive and kind and loving. And those amazing contributions to my channel, I can't thank you enough for. You don't have to do that. And I know that we work hard for our money, and I just appreciate you allowing me into your life every couple of days, and I'm always here for you, and I'm looking forward to bringing you some great content over the next year, and I love you all so much. Again, I will put some clinical strength brands in the description box after this video goes live. But again, remember the clean ones I recommend are Lemieux, Truth, and some of the Osmosis products. As far as cleaner medical strength products. All right. Thank you again. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye, guys.